What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are we this evening? There we go. That's better. Oh, my goodness. I got y'all over here on my second screen, so I'm going to move y'all over in a minute. Seems to be moving better. I'm also dealing with my dog. I'm actually dealing with a problem right now. He's kind of hobbling, like he messed up his leg. So, trying to see if he's all right. You all right, bud? You okay? So I'm dealing with a dog who messed up his leg. I don't know how. He was fine when he came in after I took him out because I fed my dogs and took him out before I started the show tonight. And yeah, so I'm hoping he's all right. We'll see what happens the rest of this evening. He seems to be okay for right now. So anyways, we're gonna get started here shortly. Just give me a second here to get myself together. All right. Panther Nation, Pantherologists, how are we? I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody's having a great start to their Wednesday. Let's see here. I got to start putting some PowerPoints together for y'all. I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Music here. All right. So, first things first, make sure you pound that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please click that post notifications bell if you haven't already as well, so you don't miss out on any new videos. Get in the comment section. Go ahead and start commenting it up. Share the live. Like the live. Like, comment, subscribe. That's it, man. Those three things help out a lot. It goes a long way. You can also show your support by hitting that Cash App, which is right down in the link down in the description. You can also help out the channel by going to betusa.com. Use the link down in the description. Sign up. Get 125% sign up bonus on your first deposit. Use promo code Pantherology. All that stuff is down in this description of this live stream. Appreciate all y'all. So we're basically going to just go over what, basically we're just going to go over what I think that we will expect from the Atlanta Falcons this week. Basically going to kind of give you my thoughts. I mean, we're 2-5. We're hitting the road. We got some momentum. We want to try to move 3-0 in the NFC South. We're going up against Atlanta this Sunday at 1 p.m. Now, this Sunday marks the third straight season that the Panthers have played Atlanta in Week 8. Now, Carolina is 20-34 all time against the Falcons, if you didn't know. And right now, Falcons are on a one-game winning streak against us. Now, Carolina has won the last two games, or has won 2 games in a row in Atlanta, but the Falcons own the all-time at home record for themselves at 19-8. Now, so total yards per game right now, we're ranked 32nd in the league, 271.9. They're ranked 22nd. They're averaging around 308.6 yards. 308.6 yards per game. That's 27th in the league. Atlanta's rushing yards per game, they're 4th in the league, 156.9. Passing yards, they're at 151. They're basically dead last. Sacks allowed, they've allowed 17 sacks this year, so they're tied for 23rd. Third down efficiency, they're actually 5th in the league. So they're 44% on third down. And then points per game, they're averaging around 23.3. Now, defensively, total yards per game, they're allowing 406 yards per game, which is ranked 30th in the league. Now, their rushing yards is they're only allowing 100 yards per game, which is 5th in the league. And then passing yards, they're allowing 306, which is dead last in the league. Sacks this year, their defense has had 11 sacks this year, which is ranked 27th in the league. Their third down efficiency, which is allowing offense to, get those third downs, is at 48.3, which they're dead last in the league. Takeaways, they've had 10 takeaways this year. They've tied for 9th. And then points allowed this year, they've allowed 24 points a game this year, which is 24th in the league. Now, so that's just basically some stats when they have the ball. But yeah, I mean, we're on the road, NFC South matchup. So that's just basically some rankings of what we can expect from their offense, what we can expect from their defense. So yeah, I mean, so Atlanta holds an all-time 34-20 advantage in all-time series against us, and then their 19-18 record at home against us. Now, the Panthers are 2-2 against the Falcons since 2020. I did want to note that, splitting the series in each of the previous 2 seasons now. Carolina has won the last 2 games against the Falcons. So, which is pretty interesting to me, especially with everything that's going on this year. Now, Carolina, the good thing for Carolina is the 2 wins that we do have come against division opponents, winning, some home matchups against the Saints and the Buccaneers, which is, crazy to think about. The NFC South essentially an open race with basically none of us are above 500. Both teams, and the bottom 2 teams are Carolina and New Orleans, within 1 win of the top 2 teams, which is Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Now, from what we know of with Atlanta, they're just a run-heavy offense. That's what they are. Falcons just love to run the ball. They rushed 33 times per game this year, which ranks 3rd in the NFL, behind the Bears and the Giants. They're 4th in the league on averaging 156 yards per game. Atlanta has been without, though, Cordell Patterson since week 5, and that's in the first 4. That's in the first 4 weeks, though. Patterson was averaging like 85 yards per game rushing before his knee procedure, which put him on the IR. And then, now they have this rookie, Tyler Algieri. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He's basically been picking up the bulk of the load for that backfield. He's averaging around 47.5 yards per game. He put up his first touchdown last week against Cincinnati, which they lost to Cincinnati last week. Then they also have Caleb Huntley, who is another option for the Falcons, and he's averaging around 35 yards per game. And Huntley popped in, and he was the guy that came in when Atlanta beat Cleveland and San Francisco. He totaled 56 yards on 10 carries against the Browns, and then he had 16 attempts, 59 yards against the 49ers. So he makes a decent impact, but that for this backfield. But taking 6 carries for just 22 yards against the Bengals isn't going to get you anywhere? But they love to run the ball. They want to keep Marcus Mariota out of the pocket. They don't want him to put tossed in the ball. Basically, kind of like how we played Tampa Bay this week, except I kind of trust PJ Walker tossing it more than Marcus Mariota, because Marcus Mariota is just a turnover machine, man. I mean, that's what Marcus Mariota is. So if we can stop the run, force Marcus Mariota to throw the ball, Carolina can win this game. And we can be maybe number 1 in the division, which is crazy to think about. Now, I know that this sounds crazy, but Atlanta has been far from the league's most efficient passing offense, especially over the years. You think about this team from with Atlanta. Marcus Mariota leads the NFL with the second lowest effort in passing. Now the Falcons average, like I said, 151.7 passing yards per game. And behind Marcus Mariota's 27th. Also, that means that Marcus Mariota is only completing 61% of his passes, which is 27th in the league. Now, Atlanta's got some weapons to look out for, though. I think Drake London is a great wide receiver. He leads the team in yards. He's got 315 yards this season. And London's averaging around 45 yards per game with 2 touchdowns. And then wide receiver, I can't even pronounce this guy's name, Olamide Zakuzi. I'm hoping I pronounced his name right. Probably not. I probably botched the hell out of it. But he's right behind London. He's totaling around 302 yards, receiving 2 touchdowns. And he's got an average of 43.1 receiving yards per game. So, they've got decent talent. Obviously, I think Drake London's a stud of a wide receiver. I think tight end Kyle Pitts is a stud, but he hasn't really showed up this year in this season for them. He showed up last year as a rookie, but I know Kyle Pitts hasn't showed up this year. I have him on my fantasy team, and he has not showed up whatsoever. In one game he only had like 25 receiving yards in week 3 against the Seahawks. He has taken only 6 receptions for 28 yards across the Falcons' last 2 matchups. That was against the 49ers and the Bengals combined. So the Pro Bowler tight end Kyle Pitts has some potential to get it going. Will he do it against us? Who knows? But with our luck, he might. Now, here's the thing. That's the reason why teams are able to pass on Atlanta, man. This is the reason why Atlanta's able to pass. They have an injured secondary. They're struggling, and they have a struggling passing defense. The thing is Atlanta could play without 3 starters in their secondary against the Panthers. Now, I don't know what their injury report looks like yet, but as of right now, that could be a possibility, which is a blow for this Falcons group, obviously ranked 5th in the league for allowing 406 passing yards per game. Now, I know that Atlanta has already ruled out safety Jalen Hawkins for this matchup because he left in the Cincinnati game for concussion protocol. And then Arthur Smith, the head coach, is, as of right now, taking a day approach, apparently, with cornerback D. Alford, who didn't play in Cincinnati. And then cornerback A.J. Terrell, he went down in a hamstring in the first quarter last week and didn't return. So, and the Falcons already lost their Pro Bowl corner Casey Hayward to a shoulder injury, and he's been placed on injury reserve after week 6. So, the Falcons allow 300.6 pass yards per game on average, and which is the most in the league. And they're one of the least efficient teams when it comes to rushing the passer. They are, with a league low of 3.7 sack percentage and just 11 sacks on the year. Now, Atlanta has found some success stopping the run. They only allow 100.3 yards per game on the ground. The Falcons' most formidable tackler is linebacker Sean Evans, who leads the team with 64 tackles and 2 fumble recoveries over the year. So that's just kind of a little bit of a preview what we could possibly be looking out for against Atlanta. That's just kind of like my enemy analysis that I like to give on here. Kind of just basically giving you a preview of, who we go up against week in and week out. And I'm going to go ahead and give you my prediction. So after a shocking upset win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 7, with the fact that we have a potential top spot in the NFC South after if we can get another win against Atlanta, which sounds strange to say after this absolutely horrific start of to a season, but this is one of the weakest divisions of football, and Steve Wilkes feels that we're not out of it just yet. And he's got this team. Seems like he's got this team on his back for sure. Definitely following the. They're definitely following the leader, and Wilkes is definitely leading the way. And I think that good Lord, hold on. I have to drink some water here. Ooh. After you get talking, my mouth gets dry. But to continue the success after beating the Bucs, and we fired Matt Rule and we trade away Robbie Anderson and Christian McCaffrey leading up, to Atlanta and even, Tampa Bay. Which in all three phases of that game against Atlanta, definitely, we definitely had a comfortable win there and got ourselves to 2-5. Building this momentum is the next, this momentum, keep building it up I think is the next task for the Panthers and Steve Wilkes to do. Who is, Wilkes is trying to enhance his, basically his campaign for himself, for the head coaching job as, long term, right? And another win moves the Panthers 3-0 in this division, which would represent a positive step in the right direction. And, it's definitely a turnaround from what we saw over the first 5 weeks under Matt Rule. And so going on the road in Atlanta is definitely a tricky proposition, right? The Falcons already have 3 wins in their name, which is more than I think a lot of people probably would expected from them, honestly. But this looks like a good opportunity, I think, for the Panthers to get another win in this season. Now, as of right now, the odds are that the Panthers are currently 4.5 underdogs at the Falcons. And after opening at a plus 6.5, anyone wishing to bet Carolina on the money line can do so, I think, currently, with Atlanta favored on home soil at it's like minus 210. And then, it's plus 176 for Carolina to win. So if you put 100 down for Carolina, you win 176. You put 210 down for Atlanta, you'll win $100. But currently the over-under on the contest is set at 41.5 points, which can be a bet at minus 110. So if you bet 110, you win $100. And you know how else you can do that? If you want to put a bet in, you can also go down to the link down in the description. Sign up for free. It's all for free. Sign up, betusa.com. 125% sign up bonus. Use promo code Pantherology and you'll get I think you get a free $10 bet with that, or $20 bet. So go check it out. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So I think the effort for this team has never been the question. Where Carolina, where I'm concerned with this team still is Ben McAdoo and his play calling. And obviously PJ Walker. I can't say that Ben McAdoo, or I can't say that Ben McAdoo and PJ Walker are going to be our saviors after just one game. So I'm not going to say that. It's still a concern to me. Obviously, the quarterback position is still concerned with me, and the offensive coordinator position is still a concern of mine. And I'll even put some pressure on Steve Wilkes. I still am concerned about it all, honestly, which we still should be. I mean, but it's just crazy that we're sitting here talking about that. The fact that we can be, number one in this division, NFL The Kid says we beat the Bucks, but Rashad Higgins still has not caught the ball once. No, he hasn't. If we can go 7-10, win the division, could we still make the playoffs? If we win this division, yes, you can still make the playoffs. I don't think it matters about your record, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. Steve Wilkes is 1-1 as head coach, which isn't bad. So yes, so far as head coach, he is 1-1. But the effort's definitely there. They're fighting for it. They definitely love this guy. This team loves Steve Wilkes. You can definitely tell that he's lit a fire up under their ass. They're definitely, playing with some heart, which is good. That's what you want. That's what you want to see day in and day out, every Sunday, every Thursday, every Monday, because that's when we play. That's when they play football games. Finding consistency though here is the biggest issue, I think. And it remains to be seen whether or not this team can improve with Wilkes at head coaching. And there is I think there is some rumors going around that Wilkes is the leading candidate for our next head coaching job right now. There is rumors about that. But the Panthers locker room is definitely fighting hard for this man, which could be enough to attain another positive result against the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the fact that the Panthers continue to impress me on defense and allow PJ Walker the same level of freedom to play the way he did in week 7, then they undoubtedly have a chance to get a second straight win. This is a time of optimism, despite some fans already still looking at the draft board, which I don't blame you. With that being said, we are cautiously I'm cautiously taking the Panthers to win. All right. And perhaps I might even put a little bet in, a little money line bet, depending on which player overcomes injury problems up to this point. Right. And of course, this could go horribly wrong, but things are starting to look in a different direction under Steve Wilkes. And another week of formality with each other and building that chemistry with the guys and him as being the head coach could make all the difference. So we'll see. All right, but that's my prediction. I'm going to say Carolina wins this game. I think they beat Atlanta. It's going to be close because every game this year has been. I'm not even going to give a scoring prediction because you don't even know. Because this game is a 50-50 game really for us. Like, it's either going to go one way or the other. It's either going to go really good and it's going to look like we did against the Bucks, or it's going to go really bad. And I think it also depends on the play calling of Ben McAdoo. If Ben McAdoo can call a complete game like he did last week against the Bucks, then I don't see any problem of us beating Atlanta. We should be running the ball 15, 20 times with Chuba Hubbard and Deontay Foreman. All right. If Chuba is able to go. I know he didn't practice today from what I know of. But if he's good to go, and Chuba's available, I know we still got Blackshear back there as well. But if these guys are good to go, then we definitely need to be running the ball and then let PJ Walker do what he did last time. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? Now, if Atlanta catches on and we don't make the right adjustments, then yeah, we're gonna have a problem. But it's all about making the right adjustments. But I'm gonna take Panthers win. I think Panthers will win. Yeah, Jeff R. I don't understand the taking thing. I still don't understand it. I don't like it. There's there's going to be 16 quarterbacks in this draft. And you're going to be able to get a quarterback at that 7th pick or 6th pick or 8th pick or even top 10. If you're top 10, you're still going to be able to get a quarterback. If you're top 15, you're still going to be able to quarterback. We're going to be able to get a quarterback. We shouldn't be trying to tank, especially where we're at right now. We should be trying to win as much as possible. It makes our organization look good. It makes our franchise look good. It makes guys want to play here. So the more we win and the better we look, in the long run, you're going to be able to bring guys in and we'll get, the right quarterback back there and the right head coach. But you got to win football games. Christian Rodriguez asked, DJ or Shaq getting traded? DJ's not getting traded. Shaq will get, if anybody is going to be Shaq out of those two, because of his contract and due to the fact that he deserves to be on a contending team right now. Unless Carolina continues to win, I don't see any more trades happening, but I could be wrong. But you never know what can happen. That's the thing about the NFL. You never know. I can sit here and give you my prediction and tell you what I think based off what I know and what I've seen, based off things I read and watch and notes that I take. But I can't predict the future. The NFL is just one of those things that you just cannot predict. So, Supernova Moore says, salute. What's up, brother? Appreciate you. Appreciate you coming and enjoying the live stream. So yeah, now I do want to kind of go over the injury report based off what I've read. Chuba Hubbard, who started last week, did not practice today because of his ankle injury. He was the only player this Wednesday who was in a red jersey. Now, let's see who else. They did bring in Spencer Brown just in case if Chuba can't go. They did bring him up from the practice squad. So we'll see what happens. That's not a good sign if they brought Spencer Brown up from the practice squad, though. And Chuba might not be able to go on Sunday then. Backup guard Michael Jordan was out for personal reasons. And then 3 other players were held out of practice with illness. That was Taylor Moton, defensive lineman Marquise Haynes, and Davion Nixon. Now 9 other players were listed as limited on Wednesday, including a large chunk of our secondary. J.C. Horn, his ribs still unknown on that. Dante Jackson was back on the practice field and in uniform. Horn has missed the last 2 weeks. Jackson was in and out of last week's game. Now Miles Hartsfield is dealing with a hamstring injury and so is Sean Chandler, and they were both limited today as well. Frankie Luvu's shoulder and defensive tackle Matt Ioannidis, who had a concussion, were limited, both limited in practice today. And then Corey Littleton's groin injury and Aaron Mosby, they were very limited today. They were dressed normally, but were limited. And then along with Laviska Shenault, he was fully dressed, even with his hamstring, dealing with a hamstring issue, but was fully dressed and was limited. So that's the injury report for right now for Carolina, as from what I know of right now. Guys, you just missed the enemy analysis. Kind of went over what I think that we can predict and see, what we can see from Atlanta. I also gave you my prediction. I did predict. I will give you just my prediction real quick. I do think Carolina can win this game, but I'm picking them to win the game. I think it's gonna be close, but don't ask me for a score prediction because I'm not gonna give it to you because it's gonna be way too damn close. And honestly, it could either go horribly for us or it's going to be a close win for us. That's either what's going to happen, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Appreciate everybody joining the live stream tonight. If you're just hopping in, you just missed out on my enemy analysis and my prediction. And then I'm getting into my expectations of PJ Walker. And then at the end, we'll do a nice little Q&A segment where you can just shoot me some questions through the comments and I'll answer them. So Elijah Meeks, though, is asking me, is Chin off IR yet? As of right now, I don't think Chin is off IR. I still think he's on IR. I think he's going to not – I think his injury is going to be it's a 4-week thing. Let me see if I can find a quick update on it. Yeah, I mean, he's rolled out for the next 6 weeks, so there's not really much update on it. It doesn't sound like he's going to be back until I'm going to say he probably won't be back until well, he got injured the week of October 5th, basically. So how many weeks now has that been? Good Lord. All right, so that would, or no, he got injured on the 1st. And then so he got injured on the 1st. So the 1st, 1, 2, 3, 4. He could be coming back now. Him coming off the IR, he would have to come off the IR by, if I'm not mistaken, he'd have to come off the IR to be able to start on Sunday by tomorrow. I don't see that happening. I don't see him coming back till next week's game. I'm going to say that for the Jeremy Chin thing. I don't see him coming back until week 9. And Atlanta wins. That's how I will know where you are. If well, taking, hold off there, Planet. It will be a win for us because PJ will play with fire this game. He will win as long as Ben McAdoo lets him play with the fire that he has. That's the only way we win this game. As long as Ben McAdoo calls the play calling like he did against Tampa Bay and run the damn ball with Deontay Foreman and Chuba Hubbard if Chuba's good to go, or even whoever else is back there. Run it 15, 20 times a game with both of them, and then let PJ do the rest with his arm that he has. That's what I think needs to happen. And it can. I definitely think we can definitely win that game just like that. There's no reason why we can't win a football game just like the way we beat the Tampa Bay Bucks. I don't know why I got Buffalo Bills on my mind. Maybe because I'm wishing that we had Josh Allen, but that's just a different story for another day. Appreciate everybody coming and join the live stream. Make sure you pound that like button. Subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. Those 3 things. That's all I ask. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out betusa.com. That is the sponsor of today's live stream. Use the link down in the description. Sign up is for free. You can sign up there. Use promo code Pantherology to get a free bet. Also, so 125% bonus. So you throw $100 in. All right, you bet $100. You get an extra $125. And PJ's last version of Bridgewater. Yeah, I was eating crow on Teddy Bridgewater because after seeing Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield play, I was eating crow after that. So, but he's still Teddy checkdowns to me, in my opinion. But he makes me look like a clown after what we've seen with the Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. Let's just say that. Now, I don't know if you guys haven't noticed lately, but with Steve Wilkes and his press conference, but he's just been straight up with everybody. So even though opening week we started Baker Mayfield and he's been back on the practice field and apparently looking ready to return. Wilkes did make it clear, though, that he plans to continue with the hot hand. Thank you for, hopefully he was watching my last video, my last live stream, because that's what I said that we need to do is continue with the hot hand right now. I don't care who it is back there. Whoever's got the hot hand needs to start this Sunday, which is, he's doing. He's putting in PJ. And our room, the quarterback room here is so complicated. And Wilkes has made it very clear how he's going to manage that situation. He said rather than meeting with each guy individually, he goes through the game plan along with all of the quarterbacks, including Sam Darnold, with Ben McAdoo, and then, of course, quarterback coach Sean Ryan together, which is good. And which is what you should do. Now, Mayfield wasn't in the locker room when reporters were around this past for today, and nor was he on the injury report after missing the previous 2 weeks with his ankle injury. So, kind of makes you think a little bit, right? So, Darnold still has 2 weeks left in the practice window before he can be activated, and things are getting very interesting around practice and these meeting rooms, I guarantee you. And of course, Darnold maintained all summer that it was like a healthy competition between him and Mayfield, and the energy was always positive. So it's not a surprise. I don't think it's a surprise to him or anything like that. And, they asked how Mayfield handled this week, and Darnold replied saying that he's not speaking for Baker, and he it seems like he's handling it well, and he's got a good attitude. So it's good to know that thing, at the end of the day, it's business. That's how this game works. Business is business, right? Now, Walker has always had has been remarkable to being able to, I guess, cope with things, even though things have not always been normal for this guy. He was in Indianapolis when Andrew Luck out of nowhere just says, "I'm done, I'm retiring." And then he went through the XFL. Then he started a single game for his old head coach, Matt Rule, each of the last 2 years. And this year, he'd had almost certainly been cut after training camp if it was not for, Matt Corral's injuries and Darnold's. And then last week's win over the Buccaneers marked the first time in his career that he started back-to-back games. And he walked into, that week being declared the starter after beating, now he's walking into this week, after beating Tom Brady. So that came with some, some decent attention, that comes with a lot of attention on you, right? Walker threw 2 touchdowns last week against the Bucs, including a throw to DJ Moore, that Wilkes pointed to as an example of all 11 players being on the same page, which is great. Finally, maybe we are finding our identity on this offense. While he, and then I'm pretty sure, PJ Walker, doubted his career touchdown passes in that, in that game. He had 2 touchdown passes and 8 interceptions prior to starting against the Rams, and he had no confidence. So, and that's a problem for your quarterback. But then to come in and put 2 touchdowns up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have a solid defense, you beat Tom Brady, that's a huge morale booster. PJ for franchise quarterback. I won't go that far yet. I will say he's the guy right now, but he's not. I'm not going to say he's our franchise guy. What is Luvu's status? Luvu's status right now, he's got a shoulder. He was limited in practice today. Fully dressed though, but was just limited in practice today. That's all. So we'll see what happens with that injury. I think Walker's though is built for this kind of situation though. I think, but Walker is definitely built for this situation. So my expectations from him is to just continue to take care of the football. Be smart, find your reads, find your guys, and sling it. Let Deontay Foreman and Chuba help you out on the ground. Let this offensive line continue to give you the time to find your reads and make the right throws. And as long as Ben McAdoo can call a complete game like he did against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and if Atlanta starts to, pick up on that schemes, make sure you learn you got to adjust. You got to adjust. So my expectations from PJ Walker right now are not very high. They're not like, I'm not going to put too much pressure on him. I'm just going to say those three things. Play your game, take care of the football, and don't turn it over. You don't have to be a hero. Don't force anything down the field. Don't force any tight windows. Just take care of the football. And we're going to win football games that way, especially right now. Run the damn ball. Let PJ Walker, get some short passes, get him comfortable back there, and then start putting it down the field. Like we did against the Buccaneers. I think the game plan that we have against the Bucs should be the game plan day in and day out until someone figures out what schemes we're running, then we got to make adjustments. But until then, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Appreciate everybody joining the live stream tonight. Already went through my enemy analysis. Already we talked about the Atlanta Falcons. Already gave you my preview and prediction. Also gave you my expectations of PJ Walker. Now this opens up the time where you can ask me questions, the Q&A segment where you can ask me questions in the comment section. So feel free to get in the comment section. I will answer any questions that you may have. Feel free to do that. While you're doing that, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll have some more content coming out to you this week. I should be going live Sunday. I should be going live Sunday. I should be going live Sunday. I'm pretty sure I will be. I'm trying to figure out what everything going on with this Halloween schedule. But yes, I'm going to try to go live Sunday. Also, we'll have some videos coming out this week, hopefully. If there's any content that maybe you all want to hear or see, let me know. I've been trying to create some stuff leading up to this week and throughout the rest of the season. Is there a chance that the Panthers can make the playoffs? Gazing is asking. Gazing, there is a chance. It all depends on if we would have to win this. I think we would have to win this division and at least have 8 to 9 games. That's the only way I see Carolina making it, or unless they get second and they're got 8 to 9 games. But we'll see. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. I just don't see it happening. We might win some more games this year, depending on how Ben McAdoo's play calling is, and if PJ Walker can continue to have this hot hand. And we'll see. This team is kind of really unpredictable right now. Carolina is just one of those teams that really, you really can't predict. Are they going to win? Are they actually going to win this game, or are they going to actually or are we going to see the same Carolina team that we saw the first 5 weeks, right? So I think it all depends on which team decides to show up week in and week out. They do have a tough. They still got some tough teams left to play. Their schedule is still not the easiest. They still got to play the Saints again. Still got to play the Bucks again. They're gonna have to play Atlanta again after after this. They play Atlanta, then they play Cincinnati, if I'm not mistaken. Then they play Atlanta again. And then they got, then they still got Seattle, who's, they've been playing they're still pretty damn good, even though I can't believe Geno Smith has been playing as good as he has. I think another thing is like, you got the Steelers, so that could be a win. If I go back through and look at the schedule, there are some wins here if this team actually continues to play like they are. We've got it. If we look at the schedule right now, so let me pull up their schedule real quick. Their remaining schedule here. All right. So we got Atlanta. This could be a dub. I think this could be a dub, in my opinion. All right. Cincinnati, I'm going to say that's a loss. Ravens, I'm going to say that's a loss. So up to that point, wait, hold on. So Falcons, I think that could be a win. Bengals, that'll be a loss. That'll be 3-6. Atlanta at home. I mean, maybe we could sweep Atlanta. Who knows? Just depends on what team shows up. But I'll take the win there. So we'll go Falcons win. So we're 3-5. Bengals lose 3-6. Falcons at home win 4-6. At Baltimore 4-7. Home against the Broncos. They haven't looked too good. And honestly, I think we're better than the Broncos. So 3-5, 3-6, 4-6, 4-7. 5-7. Seattle at Seattle. That's going to be a tough game. So be 5-8. I think we'll lose to Seattle. Steelers, I think we'll win 6-8. Lions, I think we'll win 7-8. At the Bucks. Bucks are probably going to be fighting for a playoff spot. 7-9. I think at best we go 8-9. It's possible if this team can turn it around that we go 10. The ceiling for this team right now, they could win 10 games if they put it all together and everything. If they can turn this thing around, right? That's the highest that I will say that they could win 10 games. But the lowest that they'll probably win, or the low is probably going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they like the ceiling is 10 wins, the low is 7 wins. 6-7 wins. Now, does that give Steve Wilkes a head coaching job? I don't know. I can't say that 6 wins or 7 wins will give Steve Wilkes a head coaching job. Now, if we go 8, 9, 10 wins, then there's a possibility. If we lose to the Falcons, do you think we will go for that 1 or 2 draft picked? Just not based off if we lose the Falcons, but I think it depends on how we end the year. It also depends on how we end the year and where these other teams are at in the league and who, obviously has the worst, whoever has the worst, record at the end of the season. You know what I mean? So it just all depends, man. It really does. It kind of all boils down to the fact of, it all boils down to the fact of, who has the worst record at the end of the season. But if we don't get any more than 5 wins, then yes, I think that we'll still get it. We'll get that draft. We'll get that top pick, and we'll either go after Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, and we'll continue to try to trade guys away. And I think if we should continue to try to trade guys away, it'll be Shaq will be the next guy. Cam Irving will be the next one of those guys. Ian Thomas will be one of those guys. And I also think possibly CJ Henderson will be one of those guys. But for sure, I know they would try to trade away Shaq, Cam, and Ian for sure, in my opinion. But that's just me. But we're definitely going quarterback first pick, first round. What the heck did you do to your leg, man? So I'm dealing with a dog injury over here. He's been fine all day. I fed him, took him out. He comes back in, and he's fine, not limping, not nothing. And as I'm finishing up, I gave him some food and water. Then he comes down to my room, and he's limping. And I'm like, what the heck just happened from outside to here? You weren't limping when you came in. Unless I just didn't notice it, but he doesn't have a bite. He doesn't have he stepped on a nail or anything. He wasn't running that fast. I don't know. Hopefully he's okay. We'll see what happens. But he's just limping around here. I don't know why he keeps trying to move around, but anyways. But yeah, so kind of if you're just joining the live stream, make sure you pound that like button, subscribe to the channel. You can also get in that super chat. That always helps. That with that dollar sign, that money sign down there, that always helps out a lot. You could also show your support with the like, comment, subscribe. Those 3 things always help out. You can also hit that Cash App, which is down in my description. You can also check out betusa.com. That's today's sponsorship of today's video. If you're a betting degenerate like myself, you should go use betusa.com. 125% sign up bonus for free. Also you can use Pantherology, promo code Pantherology. Link is down in the description of this live stream, so go check it out. All right. Appreciate everybody joining the live stream tonight. Kind of went through already the Carolina Panthers enemy analysis, so kind of just what we can predict from, or what I think we can predict from the Atlanta Falcons. Also, my expectations of PJ Walker. Basically, what I said is just don't turn the ball over, and hopefully Ben McAdoo kind of gives you that freedom of how he let you, against like Tampa Bay. Also, appreciate everybody joining the live stream. All you have to do is like, comment, subscribe. You can also share the live stream. It also helps out as well. Gazing, I would, but I'm a broke high school student. No, I appreciate it, man. It's no big deal. You coming and joining the live stream is good enough for me. But the more we can show your support by liking and subscribing, commenting, sharing the live stream, that's good enough for me. If you do those three or 4 things, that's all that I ask. Also, click that post notifications bell. I haven't told enough people to do that. Click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on any new live streams or any live videos. Definitely going to start putting out some more content. I think I'm going to start putting out some more content, start doing some more shorts. Probably going to get back into making some regular videos for you guys. Back doing that instead of doing the live streams all the time like I have been. I'm probably going to get back into the groove of recording and editing and making the videos for you guys. I'll start posting those up again. So, um, 8 people are in here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Doing a little Q&A section here. Looks like we're up to 14 likes. I'd love to get this up to like 50 likes. I know that sounds crazy, but I want 50 likes. So if you got a like, share, comment, do whatever you need to do to help out this live stream, help me out. Also, the links are down in the description for anything else of this live stream. So 8 people are watching, and if the 8 people that are in here haven't liked this live stream yet, please go ahead and do so. That's all I ask, guys. Appreciate all y'all coming and hanging out. It's Wednesday. I hope everybody's work week is going well so far this week. All right, guys. Well, been on here for about an hour. I appreciate all y'all. Appreciate everybody coming and hanging out and joining the live stream with me. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, click that post notifications bell. That's what I was thinking too, Balance. Probably I gave my prediction on the game. I just said that Carolina would win. I did not want to give a score, but I was thinking around something like that. But, you know, it is what it is. Great minds think alike. I appreciate everybody joining the live stream tonight. I am going to hop off here and kind of get myself ready for the workday tomorrow. So appreciate everybody. Thank you, and keep pounding.